been on LinkedIn in the last 3 to 4 months, you've seen what's happening. In droves almost, it feels like. Layoffs. Trisha here, founder of Control-Alt-Delete, and I want to talk to you about bouncing back after a layoff. Before we get started, I want you to stop and take a deep breath. The word layoff can strike fear straight to your core because of the uncertainty and worry it conjures up. Yet, here we are with so many now facing it. And when it happens, it's very natural for your immediate coping strategies to kick in, and there's really no use in minimizing the situation. Simply put, it sucks. And we all understand that losing a job isn't the greatest situation. There's the stress, the wondering if there was anything you could have done differently, and the bit of doubt that it can create in how you feel about your abilities. A layoff, however, can also present a great opportunity for growth, just like any of life's most difficult experiences. Even if you may believe that your chances of immediately landing a new employment are minimal, there are some ways that you can put yourself in the best position possible to bounce back after a layoff. First, give yourself some time. One of the most important things to remember if you've been laid off is to try not to panic. The natural impulse will be to assume you need to start looking for a job right away. And while that's certainly on the horizon, a layoff almost provides you time to consider what is the best course of action for you in your career going forward. You also want to try to manage your perspective. If you've been laid off, you may likely are experiencing strong emotions that could cause you to make panic or rash decisions that aren't the best for you. Being composed, methodical, intentional, and rational will enable you to concentrate on making proactive progress. I know that's easier said than done, but I also know that it is completely possible. And even if it doesn't feel like it right away, you will find another job. You also want to reconsider your options. A layoff is challenging, but it can also be a chance to create change for the better. You can take some time to really get clear on what you want from your next position and company by taking the time to reevaluate your career-specific goals and work-life balance if these things were previously not as clear or even lacking in your last position. Additionally, this break can provide you the motivation you really need to take control of your career growth. A true test of trial by fire, but you can do it. Fourth, I want you to remain in contact with folks. One of the worries that many individuals have about being laid off is that they'll lose touch with their former coworkers, their peers, and industry networks. However, this doesn't necessarily have to be the case. Nowadays, there's so many different online opportunities for networking and staying connected with people in your space. Obviously, employers give you opportunity to connect with your professional networks, but you can also look into your personal and professional circles across social media to stay contacted. If you have people's emails and phone numbers, you can also directly reach out. This is a great way to stay in touch, and that could also uncover opportunities and further connections. And then you're going to update your resume. Once you've determined the best course of action for you, devote time and effort to updating your resume, your social media platforms to reflect your relevant experience. Show your impact and keep in mind that the fact that you've been laid off is not a reflection of you. Be upfront and honest about your layoff. There is no need to be evasive about your circumstances, and if a hiring manager holds the fact that you've been laid off against you, it's likely not the place for you. And lastly, approach everything with positivity and an open mind. Be flexible with your expectations when it comes to your job search because, especially in the current market, you might not be offered your ideal position right away, but that doesn't mean that you won't get there. The search may bring you to positions you hadn't previously considered, so be ready to evaluate each position and opportunity independently. And when it comes to the actual interviews, be cheerful and concentrate on what you add to the position rather than focus on your layoff and previous employer. You bring value to the table. Show them who you are. If you've been impacted by a layoff, know that my heart is with you. I have various resources on my website to support you. But also know that when one door closes, another one will open. Wishing you continued success, and in the meantime, onward and upward.